Hello, hello, hello. It is such a day, yeah. Such a marathon day, yeah. Woo. It is a great day. It's what we make it. And as singers, we need to make it a great singing day every day. So every day I'm over here, I open up the computers and pray that they work, okay? My internet wasn't working. It still isn't working right, but we're holding our breath. We're doing as much as we can, aren't we? So every day I'm opening up my computer and doing vocal exercises, working my voice, singing songs, playing piano. Oh. Okay, we talked about shows last week. We talked about how you're going to get ready for a show. I mostly went over your songs. So I have my notes here, and this time I have them. I didn't have them last week. So what I did was ask the question, did you want to do a show, but you're kind of scared about doing it? Did you want to do a show, but you don't think you're ready? Or you might be wanting to do a show and you think, there's nothing to it, you know? Well, the nothing to it person needs to learn that there's a lot to it. And yes, you want to be prepared for when you do a show. Now, some people, they've been doing shows for a while and they're very comfortable in doing their shows. They might have a crew, and they have a manager, an agent that takes care of a lot of stuff. But you know what? There's an awful lot of people that are just starting out or doing shows on their own, and there's some glitches happening because of not preparing. Or there's some things I'm going to bring up now that maybe you haven't thought of, okay? The one thing that I do say is when you're going to do a show, and I said this last week, you must decide and choose songs early on. You don't do a song that is new, that you just decided you're going to do. The same as an audition. You do not do new material when you audition. You don't do them on a show. You do tried and true on a show. You do things that you really, really know, you're really secure in. You aren't wondering about it. You don't want to be stumped on the stage because there's so much that happens. When you're on that stage, anything can happen. Somebody can drop something. You can see somebody in the audience that, carries your attention. You have to have those songs so well known that you can keep going. And a lot of times we get tripped up, especially with our breathing or with the way that we go to hit the high notes, and then we just have to push through them. So you want to make sure that you have chosen songs that you really know. You've got them down. Okay, now, choose the songs and finalize later. I didn't mention that. You will, maybe I did. You'll finalize your songs later on, but you choose things now because you have to start going over songs. You have to be prepped with your muscles. You have to make sure that your muscles have been worked and worked well so that you're ready for a show, and you're breathing, that you're ready for a show. Okay, let's say you're ready to do the show, okay? Now, intro to the songs. I did a show, and I mentioned this before. I presented a show with J.C. Spires, and I kept mentioning the intro to the songs because a lot of times as you're a singer, and I was doing the same thing, I just didn't want to introduce a song. I just wanted to sing. Now, there's different venues, there are different situations. I'm talking about coming on the stage, doing a show, and maybe you can be in a group and you want to introduce. But that introduction can be so, so important that it warms the audience. It brings them into the song, tells them about it, and wow, they really want to hear it. So their ears perk up. And they want to listen to it even more intently than they would or would have done, okay? So I want you to think of 3 things when it comes to practicing. Learn, practice, and then rehearse. Learning is you want to learn your songs. You want to learn how to present your voice, to be able to project your voice, to how to breathe. You want to learn the how-tos. Then you want to practice it. You want to make sure that you practice 10 times more than when you actually do a performance practice, and I'll go over that in a minute. Okay? You have to learn things. Then you have to practice them. And then you have to rehearse. Now, rehearsal means you go over and over. The re in the rehearsal, the re means again and again. And there was one thing that happens is that, let me just read what I wrote down here. Oh, but I'm not sure if I want to keep this lineup, for the show. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I don't know. I may want to change it. I don't know the lineup for the show. So as you're practicing, you have to start bedding down with the exact lineup you want. And guess what? It may change. You don't have it finalized. But if you keep going, oh, I don't know, I'm not quite sure, I think I'm going to change this lineup. I don't like that song. Again and again, you're staying up here. You're procrastinating. And Ed Milet, who is like this magnificent man, he's a podcaster, he's a speaker, he's an author, amazing, amazing man. What he said was, procrastination is opportunities assassinated. So what you're doing is procrastinating the inevitable, which is that you've got to get that lineup. You've got to finalize it as best as you can in order to rehearse the rundown of your show. The rehearsal is the rundown of what you're going to do. How do you rehearse it? And I said this before. You sit when you're going to sit in the show. You stand when you're going to stand in the show. You do your patter for the show. You do everything like you would do the show, because now it's inside you. It's inside your body. You start moving. And all of a sudden, when you do the show, you're going to go there. You're going to remember the chords. You're going to remember, if you're playing and singing, okay? You're going to remember the words because you've gone over and over again. You've rehearsed. Okay, it's opening up and doing it again. It's digging in. All right? I want to repeat that. You must rehearse. That means doing it again and again. Now, that's after you've practiced. Now, when you do your practice, you have stop and start practice. You also have performance. Stop and start is, I got to get that part of the song. So you're stopping and you're going over it. You're going over it. And then you keep going. Oh, there's another part. You go over and you go over. You stop and start. But then when you do performance practice, or like my performance workshop, I tell them, you've got to do this song. You can't stop in the middle and go, I lost the words, or I can't. No, you've got to practice it like you're going to perform. And then when you're going to do a show, you rehearse. Okay, take it as a separate item. You've got to do it just like you would do in the show. Now, when we do our performance workshop, that's what we do. We do it as if we were doing the show. It's like, if you're going to sit, you sit. But you're analyzing it. So it's that middle portion for practice. You analyze how you're going to do it. You start deciding, oh, I need to maybe sit. Okay, try sitting. Try standing. Try moving over here. Try this introduction. So you're trying things out, but then you get to rehearsing. You're running down your show. 2 R's. Rehearse. Running down your show. You got to do it. You got to do it over and over again. And what happens is it becomes part of you, like I said. It just is your body movements. You start doing it automatically. And even when you're like, you get preoccupied, your body says, I know what I'm doing. Let's go. Get back in there, huh? Okay. Let me see what I got. Yes, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff for you, okay? But I really want to sit with the thoughts, because I've been performing for so long, and I've done so many of the things that I'm telling you you need to do. I've done them and not done them. I've been good at being good puppy here with my singing, and I've been bad. And I've been in the middle, where I did practice and then I didn't practice. And I suffered in my shows. I could really remember when I struggled to get a note and I had to push through it. And that wasn't something I needed to do. If I had rehearsed, even more so, and done my performance workshop, if I had worked my muscles, okay, learning. No, Marquita, you can't do that. You got to learn how to be consistent with your practice. You got to learn how to be consistent mentally, that you can do things. Because we so often sabotage ourselves with our talent. Oh, no, I don't think I can do that. Oh, my gosh. He's like this. You can't, and you're like scratching everything. And you're busy scratching your brain with, I don't know, I'm not quite sure, and oh, what if, and maybe I should. All of that is mental yak-yak. Okay, mental yak-yak. And it's no good 90% of the time. Hey, 95% of the time. Sometimes it's 99% of the time. You got to get out of your head and you get to the actual doing. That's with your singing and with your life. Because remember, if your personal life is chaotic, it's going to come out on your show. It's going to come out on your performance, on your voice. So that might be for another day, okay? But remember, you cannot stay in here. You've got to get to the action of doing things. Because staying in here is not doing. It's staying in. It's here. Going backwards. It's not going out. Remember, you have an audience. They need you to come out and give them. And that's what I said also. It's a gift. I said that last week. It's a gift you're giving them. It's not always just about you and what you think, oh, I love that song and I want to be subtle in this ending and I don't want to, it's like, get over it. No, it's about your audience and you. Yes, you want to impress them with the fact that you sing great, but it's not just about impressing them. You want to get rid of that because you already know that you're good, okay, because you've practiced. You haven't thought about it. You haven't thought about learning something or learning the words of the song well enough so that if anything happens, you can go forth. And you've rehearsed so much that it's great. You don't have to think about how great you are and impressing anybody because you know that you've done the work before. So now you can concentrate on who? The audience. Because so much in life now is about, oh, gimme, 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 it's free, free, free. You're used to taking. It's about me, taking, staying in here. Oh, I'm scared, I'm not. It's all in here. No. You've got to come out and give. That means you've got to be strong here. You can't be, You've got to be, yes, I know. And how do you know? By getting out of your head and doing the hard work. Now, do I seem stern right now? You betcha I do. Because I had to bite the bullet. I had to do that with myself and say, no, Marquita, you got to fight. You have not fought hard enough. You've not practiced enough. And I said, oh my gosh, And because I really bedded down with myself, I wrote a book about singing. About my life. I would have never done it before. When I was younger, it's like, oh, look at what happened. Oh, that's because I didn't practice because it's because of this and because of that. No. It's because of me. My laziness. My lack of wanting to try hard enough. Is that you? So listen to me. Okay? Listen to me. You must do the work. It's all cute to say, oh, I really want to sing. I really want to do a show. I want. If you really want, you'll do. That's what I bit the bullet and did. Okay? I did the work. I do the work. I fight hard. And that's what I want for you. So you keep listening to me now. Okay? Now, What are you going to wear? When you get on stage, you don't want to be futzing with your clothes or your hair. Get the hair your way you want it, okay? Sometimes people have hair in their face and you got to do a pro move like, oh my gosh, I know that there was hair in my eyes, so I pushed it out. No, okay? So you make it part of your show if something happens. But you don't have it so that it's sitting like in your face and that's not your thing. If it's your thing, then great. But you don't want to be doing this and that and fixing something in the beginning of a show. You want to have it all done. You don't want to wear something where maybe a strap is sitting down. You want to make sure that it's tucked in or it's sewn or it's pinned, whatever. But you want to make sure that it's not going to disturb you because your mind's going to go there. Oh, can everyone see that? Oh my gosh, I see it. I can feel it. And you're preoccupied. You can't concentrate on your show, on your people, your audience. You can't concentrate on your songs because your mind's going there. Okay, your shoes, make sure you're comfortable. But whatever you're going to wear, make sure you have tried it on before. When you're practicing, remember I said practice as you would, do the show? Wear the shoes when you practice. What shoes do you wear? What shoes are you going to wear when you do your show? Wear them when you practice, when you do your rehearsal. That's why people rent studios. Maybe that's what you're doing. You're renting a studio. Well, make sure you bring some things that could trip you up. Any wires, get them out of your way. Get used to doing the things for the show so that you're ready. You will feel so, you're going to say, Marquita, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that because I realized that in the show, I'm so preoccupied with the thing that I love. I love this dress or I love this top or I love these pants, but I'm just so nervous about it on stage. You don't wear it, you wear something else. All right? Keep listening to me, okay? All right. Now, you've got a lot of things to think about. Now, if you have people that you have a staff of people that work and help you, God bless you. It's wonderful. You can concentrate on just your singing and being a great singer and a great performer. Okay, my mother used to say, and it's in the book, I will not grow weary. Oh, where's my copy? My mother used to say, hit every corner of the stage. And I always do that. I always hit every corner. If you're not a mover arounder, get the corners with your eyes. Make sure that you get your eyes going in different directions. And don't have your eyes strained. Just imagine if I sang for you right now. I will not grow weary, Lord, though sometimes I do. What are you doing, Marquita, with your eyes? You're looking at a person. So you look, I will not grow weary, Lord. I'm holding on to you. Now the other side. All that stands before me. See, now I pulled my hand over here and I looked over there. So now I'm really engaging the audience and I'm talking to them. Remember, it's so much about them. You're already prepped. You all already know that you've gotten yourself together and you're good, okay? And if you aren't good, you will be because you're going to practice. All right, well, I flogged this one to death, didn't I? All right, I've got technical things that happen. The odds and ends, I want to go to that. How do you want to be introduced? Do you have that down? How do you want to do your bows? Bowing on stage. I always tell my artists to go, dun, 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 dun. And you might say, oh, that's so corny. Listen, no, it's good. It's pro. Because you're giving the audience a chance to really thank you. And you want to thank them by humility, bowing, and then coming up. Da-da. Now, there are some situations and some groups that they wave goodbye. Okay, but you're waving goodbye. You're saying, I'll see ya. Hey, thanks a lot, You're smiling at them or you're walking off. Whatever you want to do, you want to make sure that you make it apparent that it is the end of the show and you thank your audience. I like humility. Thank you so much. Hey, woo! You know, I'll go like that. Hey, see it. Thank you. Woohoo! Okay? Because that's me. Who are you? You do what you do, but make sure you do it. And then after the show, how are you perform? What do you do after the show? Do you see your audience? Do you not see your audience? How is your throat? How much speaking are you going to do to be ready if you have to do a show right after that? You have to think about that because you have to preserve your voice, but you still have to be, you know, promoting yourself. So speak to the ear. Yes, here. Oh, I want to rest my voice. You don't push your voice after the show. Now, before the show, don't have anything cold, okay? You want to have something either warm, you know, room temperature, but you don't have ice. You wouldn't do that if you were running, would you? Okay, so don't have ice before you do the show. After, if you're not going to sing a lot and you've done a hard show, yeah, you can have a cool drink. Then that will shrink the vocal folds, because remember, they're part of your body. You know, and they're muscles, so now it's okay. But remember, you don't want to be using your voice a lot. You want to keep it calm. You want to cool down. It's the same speaking, same muscles with speaking as with singing, okay? So listen to me. I'm your elder in singing, and I know what I'm talking about, believe me. I've been singing and doing shows since I was 10 or 11, and I love doing it. I understand what you're going through. I've been through so many situations, and, you know, from singing on a street corner, singing to a national audience on TV, you know, leading a 15-piece orchestra, doing a group, and in a smoke-filled room where it was like my nostrils were burning. I was singing with, like, I was taking vitamin C. I was taking, like, how many thousand milligrams of vitamin C and B? I was so sick, but I had to sing. And I've done sets. I've done so much that's why I can give you advice. I've done a lot, and I've been through so much with my voice. I'm giving it to you. Okay? So, remember, it's not about staying here. It's about doing the work. Learn, practice, rehearse for a show. To be ready to be your best. Now, any questions that you have, please leave a comment so I know. DM me so I know how to help you. Because I love helping singers come up. Okay, it is a wonderful day today. Don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube. Okay, and you can go to marquitawaters.com and you can, let's see, you can join Singing for a Lifetime. It's a group for ladies. Okay, and I have my next student now, so I'm just going to have to end right now because he's here. Okay, bye, because it's such a day, yeah, such a mighty fun day, yeah. Oh my gosh, I've got a student coming. Okay, are you going to be the next one? Sure hope so. Okay, bye.